Cheeky Finger Gaming.
Yay!
Hey guys, I just want to show you this as you're loading. Like, you're coming on your escape pod, you do have some degree of control over it, like WASD and that. You can move it about. As you can see, I tried to for the water area, which is always a good place to try and crash land near some water, and it's a pretty good place to start. But yeah, I just want to show you that when you first join any game, you will start out like this, where you've got control of your crashing escape pod. And yeah, that's basically how you start in the game, so that's cool. So I just want to show you this right quick. This is what your inventory will look like when you collect everything. And I'm going to place down the O2 generator and the survival construction. Sorry if there's any background noise, and try to just do this as quickly as possible. But yeah, you'll put all your resources into your constructor as quickly as can. Put that in there because that's going to make your base block when you do that, as I'm doing right now. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's how you would normally get started as well. I just wanted to show you the mining of a few different resources as well, and that they all look different. Like, this is iron, and then next up we'll have, I believe it's silicon. Yeah, this is what silicon looks like, and they all have like a distinctive look. Like when you dig into the earth, they'll look different from like normal ground, and that will have slightly different colours and things, but it's easy to tell the difference. And then this one's cobalt. Like you can see up there that the normal ground is grey, and then the cobalt is this like orangey coppery colour, but it's got these little blue cracks in it, and that's how you can tell that you're mining in the right areas and things like that. So that's always helpful. Right, so I'm just making like kind of a quick tutorial video in the hopes to get some of my friends to join me on the game. So first of all, I've been playing for about 20 minutes. I ran around to a couple of these local deposits just to grab something to show you, like the cool thing about the blueprints and that. Like the best thing about this game, guys, is if you're really good at like building things, like say if you play like Minecraft and you can just picture an idea in your head of what you want to build and build it, then this game completely goes that way for you. Like you can collect all the resources that you'd need and that, and you put them into this down here. This is the survival constructor, which everyone starts with, and it'll give you the ability to break down the ore into like the ingots and things like that, and then from there you use them to make things like control devices, which from there you would use to make things like reactor cores and capacitor devices, motors, computers, and then you'd use them to build things like large constructors. You can build a clone chamber, which is basically a spawn point. You can build a water generator, fuel tanks, and a small generator. But once you build the large constructor, this will have so much more stuff that you can build in. Like you'll be able to build weapons and all that good stuff. Like from this, you can build the only weapon you can build is a pistol, but you've got your chainsaw for trees, a drill for mining, biofuel, which is the fuel for your drill, and then you can make from your only from the constructor, from the survival constructor, you can make basic food. But if you get the big constructor, you can build a food processor, which makes you be able to make just a massive variety of food. And then, like I was saying, you can do all that, and you can build all the blocks and all the pieces necessary, like the thrusters and the RCS system and things like that, to make your own ship. But if, like me, you're not too good at like picturing as what you want in your head and going with it, you can use this blueprint thing, which I'm going to use to make this a HV. No, is that a hover vessel? I don't want to build a hover vessel. So if I go back to this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use it to build like this, a small vessel. These can take you into space and to other planets. Like a hover vessel is just to get about on the ground, but they're kind of redundant since you start with a motorbike, which gets you about just as good, except for I think a hover vessel might be able to go across water maybe, and it can hold like storage and things like that, which is one up thing. And then you've got layouts for bases that if you get all these resources, like say you want to build yourself this base, if you collect all these resources and click go to factory, and when you've got those resources in your inventory, you just stick them in here, and it'll slowly fill up these. And once you've got enough, you start production. And this, so it's going to take 25 minutes and 10 seconds to build, and it will literally just let you lay that down anywhere. It's really cool. But what I'm going to build is like this, I think, either that one or that one. Probably that one, because I can't get Saphium yet. You have to get that from another planet. So I'll probably make this one. That's going to take 13 minutes and 14 seconds to build. So once I've got all the ingots in my inventory, I'll start moving them across and things like that, and then I'll show you what that's like. And then what most people would do is build a base. Like I put a base starter down, like you'll start with a core, and you put that into your constructor, and then you can make a base start kit, and that's what this is. And then from this you can build out, put your blocks down, you can build pretty much your base if you want to do it by like just your imagination. That's the way to do it. But I'm just waiting for these to finish constructing in here, then I'm gonna show you the blueprint. So when that's done, I'll be back. Right, so guys, as you can see, I have 140 cobalt, 110 silicon, 180 copper, and 360 iron ingots. So if we go into the blueprints, that should be exactly right. So if I put that in there, you want them to be the exact numbers as well, because it will just take any extras off you. I'm not sure if it gives you it back, so make sure you've got the correct numbers. You start placing them into there, you'll notice that these green numbers show up to indicate that you've got enough. And once you've got everything in, start production. Time remaining 13 minutes 10 seconds, so we'll just wait that time, and then once that's done, I'll show you what the ship looks like, and it should be daylight by then, hopefully. Another quick thing I'll show you as well, which is quite cool, like especially for like if you're building just from, like if you're not using a blueprint and you need to get somewhere that's pretty tricky to get to. If you press F5, it actually brings out this drone that you can control with WASD and that. And you can use this to get into those tricky places, and if you've got the items in your inventory, it will actually get them out for you. So if you've got blocks, you can place them in those hard to reach places and things like that, which makes it a lot easier. I was hoping you could take it out quite far to like search for resources with. I thought that'd be quite cool, but if you just go like 100 meters away, you start losing connection, and it just goes, which is a bit of a shame. But yeah, this is done. Got some nice steel plates. So I'll show you like the manual construction side. For base, oh yeah, I'll show you this, like the colours are indicated by what it can be used for. Like red and yellow is for your base, and for a capital vessel, which is a massive ship that you would like just leave floating in space, and then your smaller ships, like your small vessels, they can actually dock onto it and things like that, and it's literally like a base in space base, which is quite cool. And that's yellow, and base is red. So for the blocks to build your base, you want to make sure you've got this one. This block is to make your ships, your hover vessels and your small vessels, so you definitely make sure you're getting the right one. And you'll notice how the things for the ships are all colour coded, so some things can be used for anything, like that can be used, the core, for anything, and some things it's only for certain things, but you can get the same thing but you have to get different ones. Like I'll show you the tech tree, then once you start leveling up, like I've literally done nothing except for mine, and it's got me to level 7, which is like level 10 I think is the bare minimum you need to get to start building your own ship and to have all the parts unlocked to do that. So, and it's not a lot. I mean, if you find any animals and that you kill them, you get XP per shot, and it's like somewhat daft, like 400 XP per shot, which is loads, plenty to get what you need. So you just start buying stuff. these gravity generators are great for like your ships in space, your capital vessels, because they'll create artificial gravity so you can walk about your ships and not have your helmet on and things like that. So I'm just going to unlock some basic stuff. Like thrusters, it's all good. You can build hangars and shit like that. You get all this stuff, landing gears always good, base, you get all this stuff, you elevator blocks to get to higher places, cannon turrets, these are auto or manual, so they'll shoot anything that comes within a certain range, or you can just get in them and start having a lot of fun. You get your ramps and shit. If you go a small vessel, you've got all this stuff, like you need to unlock it all individually to get it, if that makes sense. See what I mean? And then there's all this other stuff that you can get as well, like you need all this stuff, you need a fuel tank, you need a generator. Mobile constructor isn't like essential, but if you need to craft something really quick, like say energy cells for your ship runs out and you're not at a home base, and they really do come in handy for things like that. You need obviously cockpit to fly it, you can get various different types and all that shit. Landing gear is always good. And if we move across like miscellaneous, like anything green is what you start with, and these are what you'll need for the base of whatever you're building. Like obviously that's a hover vessel starter, small vessel starter, capital vessel starter. You always need to put one of them down before you start building anything. Yeah, you've got like your cargo boxes are always good to have, and then you need an ammo box on a ship, and that's where your ammo goes, whereas any guns that you put on it won't work, which might sound obvious, but it took me ages to figure out because it wasn't always like that. So these should be done. So we've got them there. And the building systems, you building blocks thing. Oh yeah, if you right click as well when you've got it, you can change it to all this good stuff, which I've only found out recently. So you change it to all these shapes, and it still uses that block, but it's really cool if you've got some intricate designs that you're working on. It can really come in handy. And it will I'm gonna just like build up to each side, come across here, and then I don't know, but yeah, that's like the crafting, that's like building. It's really like simplistic, but if you're creative enough you can make some pretty cool stuff with it. So if I just fill this out at this side, and then if I just do it like that, and then if I try something, I've got 2 left, so what I'm going to do is go top round. So, and then it's like you press like home and delete and that to rotate and things. And then if I do this again and click bottom round, you see that it makes a ramp. It's a bit off at ground because that's just how I've placed it, but you've got this filler flatten tool, so if I really wanted to, I can bring the ground up to where and there you go, and now we can walk straight up it into a building. So the possibilities are pretty endless. Like you can make some really cool stuff, or you can just use the blueprints, which is what I really like about this game, because then not only like the best people at building have got the best bases, because you can use the Steam marketplace where people have put blueprints on, and you'll be able to get some wacky designs. What I'm going to do, I'm going to build the components for the large construction and show you how it's done. So you see, you get a list at the right side of the screen that tells you exactly what it needs for this to be buildable, so we start from the bottom up. We need 4 pipes. I'm not sure how many they make, so I'll just click 4. 2 motors. We'll start with the motors and the computers because they take components in themselves. So for motors we need 2 electronics. The reason why I'm doing 2 is because I think I needed 2 of them. 4 metal components. So we should have enough there to build 2 motors. And if we go back to here, we've got the motors and the pipes for it. And then we'll go on, I think it's the computers or the control devices that take a lot. Control devices, 2 of them. So for the computers we need cables, boom boom. Metal components, boom boom. We'll see about building 2 of them. So it didn't let me because we're missing metal components, so if I click that again, and then that again, no, now I'm missing electronics. Right, now we can build that. And then, right, let's see what else we're missing. So we need 3 more electronics, boom boom boom. 2 control devices. Boom. We need 8 metal components, so we go boom, 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 and 4 cables. So we go boom, boom, and then that should light up, hopefully. Yeah, and you build that. The other thing is, when you get the large constructor, if you want to build something and you haven't got the components for it, but you've got enough of the resources to make the components, when you click it, it'll automatically start making these components and then make that, which makes it a lot easier than having to do it bit by bit. But I just thought I'd show you that for when you're first starting out in your survival constructor, because this isn't meant to last, it's just meant to get you going. So once that's done, we'll place it down the base. It's hideously huge, which is bad, but it's like fucking necessary to build what you need for the game to survive. So if we come over here, just as we wait for our daylight to break before I show you the ships, as you can see it's fucking massive. We'll stick that there for now, but when we come into it, there's so much more stuff to create. Like if we go onto this tab especially, everything that I unlocked is available to create in here. You've got all this stuff, like you can actually start making the capital vessels, weapons, you've got colour tool, you've got pistols, minigun turret, sentry gun turret, cannon turret, and you have to unlock the weapons, like you can unlock machine guns, rocket launchers, shotguns, snipers and things like that. It's really cool. So as you can see, found a good area, sun's shining, so if we press tab, and we go into his blueprints, and I'm pretty sure if we press spawn, it'll give us that. It has to be blue to be placed, and when we place it, boom! Look at that! Didn't have to fucking do anything except for collect resources. It's got guns on it, it's got the thrusters, it's got your O2 tank there. You want to figure out where stuff is really quickly. It's got quite a lot of thrusters. That is my fuel tank to put actual fuel in it, which I didn't bring. Oh, I've got 4 wicked, so we can fly it back. So that's good. See, it's got a fridge. Keep shit cool. Is that all it's got? Constructor there, so that's good. You can build stuff in it. It's not got any storage space on, which is a bit of a shame, but oh well. You can use the fridge as kind of storage for now, but yeah, we're getting it. That's the O2 station. That's where you get your fuel from. I mean your oxygen from if you need it. put in the ship, press Y to switch power on, but I didn't put any fuel cells in because I'm a fucking idiot. Yeah, if we smash these in there, as you can see it's just powered up. We don't really want that at the minute because we don't want to waste it. Oh, that's it, my bad. What I want to do is where to find, I think around this side. I'll show you how the oxygen works. If I fill, so I've got 25 oxygen bottles. So if I fill that up, I can switch power on without actually being in the cockpit. Yeah. And then if I use this, it fills up my oxygen, which is cool. So if I get in now, space takes you up, C brings you back down, E and Q tilt you that way. Press V and you'll get this view. So we'll fly back over towards this little base and that, which is just over here. It's really easy to control and lots of fun. If we head up, I'll show you going into space. Unfortunately, I don't believe more thrusters makes you faster, which is a bit of a shame, but oh well. You do get about pretty quick, and once you get a capital vessel, you can walk to different planets, so it doesn't take long at all. But yeah, we're just about to break out of the orbit. We'll reach the orbit now. It's gonna load a little bit. If you've got a better computer, it looks a lot cooler coming out of space and that. You mine these asteroids to get certain resources that they have. Your planets have certain resources. If I click one, I don't really have some ammo. So there you go, I've got Gatling guns on it, so I can defend myself a little bit. But we'll come back down to the planet now. I just wanted to show you that these do get into space and you can go to other planets with them. When you come back down into the atmosphere, you get all that red fiery shit, which is cool. And it was like that. Again, if you got a better computer, it's a bit of a smooth transition. Look, there's some there's a few bases about, so that's cool. I'll definitely be checking them out, but for now I just want to get back to home, which is down here. So you see now we're nice and stable. I'm just gonna land this here. Press F to get back out. But yeah, as you can see, I mean, you can get a ship pretty quickly. I mean, I must have been playing this not too long. I'll let you know when I check out how long the recording was, but it wasn't that long at all. Maybe an hour, maybe a bit less. It's really cool. But honest God, Spruce, Glyn, even Nathan, I think Sean's already got this. I think Danny might have, but I'm not sure. But watch this. If it looks cool, definitely get it. I can rent a server for like £3.50 for us all to play on, and we can have a proper cool time and that, build his own ships and fly around in a fleet, have some battles with each other and shit. It could be really cool. But yeah, cool. In a bit.